Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Get Wedding Ready with me, Wura Manola. How are you guys doing? I am very colorful and very happy because today's video is a very fun video. You guys are always asking me for ways to jazz up your wedding. You're always asking me, Wura, how can I make my wedding fun? How can I make sure that guests don't leave my wedding or they're not bored at my wedding? How do I keep them entertained the whole day? And I just thought to put together a video for you guys on 15 amazing ideas to throw the best wedding your guests will ever attend. This video is the real deal. So if you're out there, you're getting married and you're looking for options to introduce to your wedding so that it's more fun, it's more entertaining, it keeps guests entertained, and this is the video for you. But before we start, please subscribe to my channel, join the Get Wedding Ready fam. Even if you've gotten married, we have marriage coming up, we have babies coming up, like we've got so much coming up. After you get married, I've still got you guys. And don't forget to hit the bell notification button down below. Without further ado, after getting all that out the way, let's get straight into this video. So there's some staples when it comes to throwing a fun wedding that are just a given. Like, you have to have food at your wedding. Everyone looks forward to food at weddings. I don't know what it is about weddings. Actually, I do know. It's free. It's usually very tasty, and it's usually different. Like, you're not cooking the kind of food you obviously have at weddings in your house. You have so many choices at weddings. You're not gonna have that at home. So a chance to go somewhere where you have so many food choices counts me in and all your guests in. So it's so important for you to have enough food, a good variety of food, embody your culture into the food. You know, that's an advice I can give you. Moving on from food, then drinks is the second one. Guys, I have to emphasize that it's so important. I'm not an alcoholic, but it's so important to have drinks at your wedding. Let me tell you that you need drinks to make your wedding lit. Like, it's a given. Unless you're Muslim and you're not going to serve alcohol, drinks takes your wedding from here all the way to here. So you have to have drinks at your wedding. It's non-negotiable. The next one is music. DJ at your wedding has to be sick. Like, you have to choose the best DJ for your wedding. You know those night outs that you go to and the DJ is just making you be like, guys, should we go home? You know, like, you can't afford to have that kind of DJ at your wedding because that can literally make your wedding really suck. Make sure you get a really good DJ that is playing current music and a good choice of music that's keeping people vibing in their seats and, you know, allowing people to be like, oh, I can't wait for the dance part. And the last part of it is an MC, a master of ceremony. It's so important. I urge you guys out there. Some of you like to use your uncles, someone that's funny in your family. No, absolutely not. For an MC, you need a professional that can take your wedding to the next level, that can make sure that your reception runs smoothly. So it's so important for you to get that. And shout out to my friend Fully Fresh, amazing MC that can fly around the world. Now that we've gotten everything that's a staple, like all these things, your food, the music, the DJ, and the MC are things that you have to have at your wedding. They're non-negotiable. Once you have this at your wedding is going to be fun. But I'm going to give you some ideas to take your wedding to that next level. All right, so the first item on my list on how to throw a fun wedding, I'm going to start with food. So with food, you already have your food at your wedding, so your mains and canapes. Going the extra mile, you can decide to have food stations or food carts depending on how big your wedding is. You can have like food stations that make, you know, pizza, that make mini burgers, that make, you know, waffle and ice cream, that make shawarma. There's so many food carts that you can have, or food stations that you can have at your wedding. I would say for weddings more than 250 and up, or even 200 and up, you can do this. Weddings that are 200 and below, there might not be space for you to do all of that, and you might not need to. So for weddings that are smaller, you might get away with just having like waffles and ice cream. Really big weddings, yes, go all out and have your pizza station and all of that. I think is a good addition to your wedding, because some people might miss out on having food. They might come late, or they might be like, oh, I don't feel like having like food, and they might just want to pick something, and it's very handy for you to get your guests to engage, because people are going in groups of like, oh, have you tried the pizza, etc. And the good thing about having food stations is it can be made in front of you, your guests, so it's an experience as well. So it's worth investing in. So I did an event in Greece where one of our clients had a party and they had different food stations. Had Italian food station, Indian food station, I think an English food station, and it was so good because all of us are going around like, have you tried that? Have you tried that? And like, you know, it was just a good way to, you know, get all of us really excited. So the next thing on my list, number 2, is a dessert table. Dessert tables are really popular at weddings, and more people are having dessert tables. I feel like your wedding should have a dessert table regardless, because there's so many people that have sweet tooth. Dessert tables is literally could be anything from just having a table, a nice tablecloth, and putting like like some sweet jars to the full-blown dessert tables that you can get a vendor to do. So it all depends on your budget. I would say the bigger the wedding, put an effort into it and put different things like sweets, actual dessert like cakes and stuff, so that people that have sweet tooth can obviously go there and have some dessert. People have their logos on the dessert tables. You can obviously customize the sweet bags that people put the sweets into, so you can get creative with that. So now that we're done with food, we're gonna go straight to drinks, and this is my favorite part. Guys, there's so much you can do with drinks nowadays, not just hiring someone to make cocktails at your wedding. You can actually go the extra mile and you can actually have a champagne or prosecco wall. It's just so classy. And also you can have a champagne waterfall. Moet Chandon do that a lot. I've seen them at events, so you can do that. Your guests can get champagne. I mean, that's fancy. And then you can have specialized drinks carts, which are so cool. So you can have a prosecco cart, you can have specialist cocktail carts as well. There are many of them. So yeah, you can get very, very creative. And even with your cocktails, get very creative with your cocktails. Mix it up and change the names to something that's special to you and your husband. Rather than saying mojito, you can have like Green Paradise Island or something. Just get very creative with the names. I think that would get your guests really, really into it. All right, guys, so after food and drinks, the next thing we're going to move into is decor. Oh my gosh, apart from having amazing decor at your wedding that makes your guests blown away and just like feel, you know, there's the type of decor that when you enter the room and you're just like, oh, I just don't want to leave here, you know. But on decor, it's good to have a place where people can take pictures. That's always a fun activity for guests. So I like to call it your Instagrammable corners or your Instagrammable options at your weddings. The flower wall was really, really popular. A lot of people had flower walls. People still have flower walls. I know balloons are starting to get really popular. People were having like a balloon art. Yeah, some people have like letter lights that say love or Mr. and Mrs. or their initials. So just have a couple of decor options that people can take pictures at your wedding. I think that's really, really fun. And again, it helps people create memories at your wedding. So the next thing we're going to talk about is having photo booth at your wedding. So that's number 5. It's so important to have some option like a photo booth for people to go in, take pictures, do crazy faces, have props, and just the memories are amazing. So rather than your traditional photo booth, people these days tend to have something called a magic mirror, which I think is so amazing. One that I always tell all my brides and anyone getting married is to have like Polaroid, like disposable cameras, and have them for guests to like take pictures of themselves, and maybe have a signing book so people put the pictures on the signing book and actually sign next to it. As well as having a photo booth, it's good to have a disposable camera so guests can like, you know, get crazy with it and take pictures. So those are options that can make your wedding fun. The next idea we have is the option to perform for the groom. There's this dancer called Melissa, and she performed with her bridesmaid for the groom, and she's a dancer, so she tore it up. It was amazing. You can do that. Also, the groomsmen have performed for the bride. All these are always unexpected, and obviously as you're shocked, the audience is shocked, so it's really, really cool. Other than that, so people have like proper dancers to come and perform. So a popular one is having African dancers, if you're African, to come and perform, you know, at your wedding. Some people have ballerinas to perform at their weddings. Wedding ballerinas are just so beautiful because they wear something that lights up. And apart from that, you have aerial dances as well, so the aerial performances. Went for a wedding in San Francisco and she had this and it was just so beautiful. So many performances that you can put together. And I'll say if you're having a performance at your wedding, make sure no one knows about it, not even your partner or your husband or wife to be. I think the unexpectedness of it is what makes it a little bit more fun. Alright, so the next option that we have is the 360 video. This option I've been seeing a lot. It's very recent. I think it's just come about in the last 2 years and I absolutely love it. It's literally a video where guests are like dancing around and the camera goes around them and it's slow motion. It is so cool, and a couple of people do that around the world. I think it's a good addition to have because obviously your guests have it, they take it home with them, and it's just a good memory from your wedding, and I think it's a fun feature to have at a wedding, 100%. Alright, so the next idea that I have to get your wedding to the next level is the music video option. So you guys, have you seen this music video of weddings going around? Like, it's died down a bit, but bridesmaids when they're getting ready would like dance to a song or perform to a song. And I've actually seen a bride in the United States where she's actually performed throughout the whole day, so getting ready, and it was like such a cool bride. So I think I have the video on my Instagram, so I'll put the video up, but it was so cool. Yeah, so you can get your guests involved in the music video and just make sure they shout out some lyrics of the video while you're recording, so a videographer can put all that together, and I think that's really, really fun. Alright, so the next thing you can do to make sure your wedding is fun is to have games at your wedding. Your MC would have a selection of games. I think you should run them through you just so that you're okay with them. The most popular one is the shoe game. No matter how much people do it, I always love the shoe game because you always learn about the couple, like you know who's late, who's early, who wears the pants in the relationship. It's just exciting. So I always like going to weddings where I see the shoe game. So the shoe game is a given, and I've been to a wedding where the MC was asking for guests to look for a couple of things, and then it's like finding things around the venue, which was really fun. Someone said someone should find a wig, and they actually found a wig. So that was really fun. That was that. So yeah, games are a way to, you know, take the wedding to the next level and make you sure your wedding is, you know, fun. So the next idea is to have flip-flops. I know this sounds so simple and you're like, Wura, flip-flops? Let's be real, there's no way we're dancing from 8 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. you know, for your wedding. So it's always good to have, like, you know, flip-flops that guests can change into and they can dance to the night. Because the last thing you want is a couple of girls sat down because their heels are too painful. I know everyone wants to go on the dance floor, you know, busting it out, you know, bust down, Tatiana. So yeah, you want to get flip-flops. I think it's a cool addition. All right guys, so the next idea to throw the best wedding is to have some props. So obviously there are loads of Nigerian weddings that guests have. You get like a hat and it has like the initials of the guests, which I really like. That is really cool. You can get like jackets, that's a little bit expensive, but there's so many things you can get, like props that your guests can, you know, use with your wedding to take pictures and just feel as part of the wedding. All right, so the next thing you can have at your wedding to make sure it's fun is a caricature, which is an artist that paints a very exaggerated version of yourself, so with a big head, like a small body. And I think that's really cool. They usually do the bride and the groom at weddings, but there's nothing stopping them from doing guests. They usually takes 15 to 20 minutes. I think it's a fun thing to have incorporated into your wedding. Caricature, why not? Or a painter, or something that someone could do really fast, because I know obviously 20 minutes there's only an amount of people that he can do. But if I come to a wedding and someone can do a caricature of me, I'll be very happy. All right, so the next idea that I have for you to throw a fun wedding is to have a magician. Magicians honestly freak me out. I am a child of God, so when a magician does all these things, the first thing that rings in my head is just some juju. But magicians are really fun, and they can be entertaining. And let's be real, a lot of them have tricks off the sleeve, so it's not like they're actual performing witchcraft in front of you. So I would recommend having a magician at your wedding if that's your thing. It's really exciting, it's really fun, and it can be a really good addition for your guests. It just keeps your guests entertained. They can go table by table. So yeah, that's an element you can have, and a lot of them do weddings. All right guys, so we've come to the end of this video, and the last option that I have for you to throw the best wedding that your guests will ever attend in their life is how you close off the wedding at the end of the day. So we went for an Italian wedding, well, half Italian, half English wedding, and we had to line up on both sides holding sparkles, and it was so cute. And we lit the sparkles, and the couple ran in the middle through the sparkles, and it was just so cool. And a lot of people do fireworks display, which I think is so cute. So towards the end of the night, just tell everyone to go outside and just do a firework display, and I think, oh, that's just so, obviously if money permits. So guys, these are my 15 amazing ideas to throw the most fun weddings your guests will ever attend. Obviously don't incorporate all of this, because that's just going to be a lot. You're going to spend a lot of money and there will just be too much. As I said, your staples are your food, your DJ, your MC, and your drinks. You can decide to add in a photo booth and some, you know, customized cocktails. You can decide, okay, you know what, I'm going to add in some flip-flop, or I'm going to add a performance. I'm going to think of doing a performance for my groom. So yeah, so mix and match and see what works for you. But I do hope that you guys take away something from this video, and I hope I've been able to help you guys take your wedding to the next level. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to comment. Please leave comments on ideas. If you've gotten married, or if you're incorporating something at your wedding that I haven't mentioned, please list it down below so another bride can obviously have an idea. And if you have any questions, list them down below if you want to get in touch with me. All right guys, so thank you guys for coming by my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this video has been extremely useful for your wedding planning, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye guys. Mwah.